So welcome everyone. So tonight's class is going to be more focused on alleviating pain for our lower back and for our hips. So we're going to be going through poses like one by one. It's going to be more of like a gentle flow. I have ambient music playing just to let you relax. So this is more relaxing release of stress and tension. So we're going to start in a reclined butterfly. So bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees come nice and wide. You can roll all the way onto your back. Now if your back does not feel good in this position at all because it is hurting, just bend your knees and bring your knees up and let the soles of your feet come to the mat. Feel free to close over your eyes or keep them open. Maybe just gaze up toward the sky or the ceiling. Place one hand onto your heart and one hand onto your lower belly. We'll just start to find that nice calming, easy breath. Taking a nice deep breath in through your nose. Nice long exhale out your nose. Nice deep inhale. And let it all go. Okay. Come to find that nice rhythm of your breath. Let your arms kind of relax. So if you feel kind of you're holding your elbows out to the side, let your elbows come down. Let your legs soften. Let them start to feel really heavy. Just kind of notice how that affects your back or into your hips. I'd like to read you a quote from Bob Goff. What brings us to tears will lead us to grace. Our pain is never wasted. Slowly draw your knees together. Just kind of do a little adjustment, having your lower back flat onto the mat. So if you need to tilt your pelvis slightly toward you, go ahead and do that. And then draw your left knee into your chest, nice and tight. Your right leg can stay bent, or maybe your right leg goes nice and long. Switch legs, so bring your right knee into your chest, let your left leg go nice and long. Or again, maybe just your left foot comes onto the mat, sole of your feet can come onto the mat, keeping that knee bent. Draw that right knee into your chest as much as you can, as it feels good for you. Then bring the left knee into your chest as well. Palms of your hands can come onto the tops of your knees and draw small little circles. Give a little love to that lower back. Go the opposite direction with your circle. Good. Let both feet fall onto the mat, keeping your knees bent. Again, just kind of take note of where that lower back is if you found that little arch. We're going to do recline cat and cow. So place your hands into your hip bones right here. Take a nice breath in as you tilt your pelvis forward. Exhale, tilt it back toward you. Allow that lower back to come nice and flat onto your mat. Inhale, tilt it away. Good, find that little rocking motion. Keep going back and forth. As you come toward you with your pelvis, kind of feel your core. Let that core engage just slightly. Pulling that back down. And finding that nice little arch in your back as you come away. Go through one more time. Then come to rest. Bring your hands behind your thighs, rolling up, and we're gonna come into tabletop. So flip around. Bring those knees underneath your hips. Shoulders stacked right above your wrists. Fingers are nice and wide. Find that nice flat back. Good. Start off with cow. Nice big inhale, drop the belly, raise your gaze. Let your shoulders stay nice and broad. So dip the top part of your chest. Let it be nice and broad. Work on the middle of your back. Good. Exhale into your cat, rounding your back. Lift it up toward the sky. Push your palms into the mat. Good. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Do a few more of these on your own, kind of fluid movement. If you feel like it feels good to stay in one position, like maybe cow feels really good, you want to hold here for a few breaths, go ahead and do that. Or if maybe cat feels good, really rounding it feels really nice, stay there as well. Just kind of take what you need right here. When you're ready, come back into that tabletop. Take a nice breath in. Nice long breath out. Draw your left knee out to the side. And slowly bring it back down. We'll do this a few times. Left foot can be flexed, or you can let it relax. Try to keep that upper body nice and stable. So the only thing that's really hinging you right is your left hip. Good, bring that left knee down, other side, lifting that right knee out to the side. Again, right foot can be flexed, or you can let that foot kind of relax. Finding that hinge in your hip. One more time out to the side. Come back into your tabletop. Walk your hands forward, come down onto your belly. Sphinx pose. Bringing your shoulders right above your elbows. Forearms kind of parallel to each other. Legs are nice and long behind you. If your back really hurts bad, this does not feel good, you can walk your elbows forward. Stack your hands, kind of just lift your chest slightly. If you don't want to be on your belly, you can continue with that cat and cow, or you can also come onto your back and maybe grab a pillow or a block for more of a supported bridge. So I just have a block handy. Supported bridge, bring it right underneath your waist and just let your waist rest down onto that block or even that pillow, just giving you a little height, a little arch of that back. So stay here in Sphinx for a few breaths. If you're in Sphinx, take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, kind of let your belly soften down into the mat. Find that release. With each exhale, let it soften just a little bit more. Relax and release. Take one more nice deep breath in. Nice long exhale. Walk your elbows forward if you're in Sphinx. If you're in supported bridge, remove the blocker pillow or anything you had underneath you. We're just going to bring our chest down a little bit more toward the mat. Let our back lengthen out before we move. Slowly make your way to child's pose. Push into your palms. Let your knees come nice and wide. Toes can touch. Sink those hips back toward your heels. Let your arms maybe stretch out long or stack your hands and rest your forehead down. Take your time getting into this pose as well. Just be cautious of your back and how it feels. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Slowly make your way to downward facing dog. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, lift those hips up and then shift them back. And try to be still in your down dog tonight. Maybe bringing your focus more on bringing your heels down toward the earth. Letting your neck feel soft. Keeping with that nice rhythm of your breath. Your chest can also soften with each exhale toward your thighs. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees and gently walk your feet to the front of the mat. Stay here in ragdoll, so nice deep knee bend. Bring the chest onto your thighs, fingertips can come down. Let the crown of your head hang down toward the floor. You can also grab onto your elbows, maybe rock a little side to side. You can also place your forearms onto your thighs to lift yourself a little higher. Again, feel how your back feels, how your body feels. Your hamstrings might be really tight, that coming all the way down just does not feel good. But wherever you are, allow that neck to be soft, finding some length in the back of your neck. And you can have a generous knee bend. So bend those knees as much as it feels good. If you have a hold of your elbows, let those arms feel heavy, like they each weigh 50 pounds. Slowly release your arms, come into a halfway lift. So nice inhale, flatten out that back, straighten out those legs slightly. Take a nice breath in. Exhale it all out. Slowly come standing tall. Roll your shoulders back. Good. Grounding down into your right foot. Let's step our left foot back, coming into a warrior two. So back foot is more parallel to the back. Front right toes are pointing toward the front of the mat. And kind of sink into those hips. Chest is facing alongside the mat. Extend those arms nice and wide. Working our way into triangle, straightening out that right leg, reach those right fingertips forward, bringing that right hip down, and tip. Bring your right hand down to your right shin, left arm can go up, or maybe let's place it behind our lower back. And then draw that left shoulder back, so your shoulders are kind of stacked on top of one another. gaze maybe goes up to the sky or down toward the floor. Slowly lift up tall. You can bend that right knee a little. Pyramid, we're gonna bring that left foot now pointing toward the front of the mat. So both feet are planted onto the mat. Your stance can be a little wider, wherever you feel the most stable. So it might be pretty close, it might be almost to the edge of the mat. Stand up nice and tall. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, hinge just at your hips. Your hands can slide down that right leg. And kind of find your stopping point. So maybe your stopping point is up by your thigh. Maybe it's down toward your shin. Or maybe you come all the way down toward the mat. And just like our forward fold, let that neck feel nice and soft. Making sure you have a soft bend in that right knee, so we're not locking our leg. Take a nice breath in. Exhale it all out. Bend your right knee, coming into a low lunge. So left foot steps back. Bring that left knee down, untuck the left toes. Walk your right foot out a little wider than your chest, than your ribs. So you can allow your chest to come down. Fingertips come down into the mat. Hips can shift forward if that feels good, or you can stay farther back. You can stay on these tall arms or come down to your forearms. You can also place your right hand to the inside of that right knee, lifting the inside sole of that right foot, opening up the hips that way. We'll take a few breaths here. Good, slowly bring that right foot down. Half pigeon. Walk your right foot now over to the left side. Bringing the right knee down. You might have to make adjustments, like bring that right foot a little closer to your seat. Kind of wiggle around a little bit to get into your half pigeon. And then from here you can stay on your tall arms. Again, come down to forearms. Stack your hands, rest your forehead down. And just breathe. Slowly come back up to tall arms. Then come down into that right hip. You can shift that right foot forward. We're going to swing your left leg around, placing our left heel onto our right knee into fire log. So this is kind of a more difficult position too. So if this doesn't feel good, you can also bring that left foot in front, more of a cross-legged position. And it's okay if this knee does not touch that foot. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Take a nice deep breath in, reach both arms up. Let's take a nice side bend over to your right side. So right hand plants down, left arm reaches up and over, keeping that left sit bone nice and firm onto the mat. Good. Let's take a nice side bend to the other side. So sweep that left hand down, right arm reaches up and over. Again, keeping that right sit bone down onto your mat. Good, come back up nice and tall. You can release your legs nice and long in front of you, and then roll up to your back. We'll hug the knees into our chest. Rock that little side to side, kind of massage your back. You want to go a little, kind of like a wave back and forth. Legs go up toward the sky, cow face legs. Take that right leg across your left, bending at your knees. You can grab onto your knees, draw them into your chest. You can also grab onto the outside soles of your feet, draw them into your chest. You can also cross at your ankles. Feel free to continue with that little rocking motion. Then wherever you are, allow your arms to go nice and wide into that T. Palms can face upward, face down. And let both legs fall over to your left side. If this doesn't feel good with the cow face legs, unwrap your legs and stack your knees. Gaze drops over to the right side. Gently come back to center, unwrap your knees. Hug onto your knees and roll it up. We'll come to standing. So slowly bring your fingertips forward, plant those feet. You can lengthen out your legs and then slowly roll up. Good. Warrior two, other side. So plant down into that left foot, right foot steps back. Sink into that front leg. Chest is nice and open, arms are nice and long. Good, take a nice breath in. Nice breath out. Triangle, lengthen out that left leg. Reach those left fingertips forward and tip. Again, we'll bring that right hand to the small of our back and then draw that right shoulder back. And stacking our shoulders on top of one another. Take a nice breath in. And slowly rise tall. You can bend that left knee. Coming into pyramid. So we're going to step that right foot forward. Again, widen your stance wherever you feel most stable. Sit nice and tall on your chest. Maybe your hands come onto your hips to start. And then exhale, just hinge forward. Hands can slide down that left leg. And feel free to stop them wherever feels most comfortable for you. Soften the neck. Slowly bend that left knee. Fingertips come down to the mat. Step your right foot back into that low lunge and then bring your right knee down. Untuck those right toes. Walk your left foot a little wider so your chest can come between your leg or on the other side of your left leg. Good. Hips can stay where they are or shift them forward. Feel free to stand those tall arms. Come down to your forearms. Or again, place that left hand to the inside of that left knee, lifting the inside sole of that left foot. Staying with that nice rhythm of your breath. Just bring that sense of ease, that sense of release to your body. Maybe there's a certain point, maybe it's not your hips or your back, or maybe it is. Gently bring that left foot down if you had it out to the side. Bringing both hands down, coming into half pigeon. So walk your right or left foot over to the right side, setting that left knee down. Again, you might have to make a little bit of adjustments to where your hips are facing toward the front of the mat. And if you feel like another way to get in half pigeon is better for you, feel free to take that. Come down to your forearms or stand to your tall arms. Just rest your forehead down if you have your hands stacked. Good. Take one more nice deep breath in. Just let it go. Gently come back to tall arms. Let your left hip come down onto the mat. Bring that left shin kind of forward. And we're going to sweep that right leg around and stacking the right heel onto the knee. And then again, make those adjustments. If that doesn't feel good, bring that right foot out forward. Again, don't force your knee to come down onto your foot. It doesn't have to be there. You just feel that nice stretch in your hips. Take a nice deep breath in as we reach both arms up. Feel nice and tall, let your shoulders stay relaxed. As you exhale, twist over to your right side. So left hand comes forward, right fingertips come back. Stay nice and tall in your chest. Let those legs relax. Good, come back to center. Take one more nice deep inhale as you reach both arms up. And twist over to your left side. Right fingertips come forward, left fingertips back. Stay tall in that chest. Good, come back to center. Unwrap your legs, let them go nice and long. And we'll roll onto our back. Bringing both knees into your chest. And do that little rocking side to side, whether it's drawing circles or maybe just kind of shimmy back and forth. And both legs up toward the sky. Left leg comes across to your right for cow face legs. Bending your knees again, grab onto your knees, grab onto the outside soles of your feet, or maybe you cross at the ankles. Take a nice breath in. You can release your feet. Let your arms go nice and wide. And let both legs fall over to your right side. Gaze drops to your left. Again, you can unwrap your legs, stack your knees.
their shoulders feel nice and heavy onto your mat. Nice and relaxed. And gently unwrap, come back to center. Hug those knees in one more time. Rock a little side to side. And for Shavasana tonight, if you'd like, you can take your regular Shavasana and letting your legs go long. You can bring your feet up toward the sky and let them hang out there. Or you can come next to a wall, doing legs up the wall. If you're near a bed, you can place your feet on the bed, or a couch, or a chair. So kind of make your way, whatever feels most comfortable, what your body's needing tonight. Once you have your position, take a nice deep breath in. Nice long breath out. Let your body relax even deeper. Close over those eyes. And just find that release, that rest. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Feel free to stay in this position as long as you would like. If you're kind of ready to come out, if you had your legs up the wall or up a chair or on the bed or anything like that, slowly bring them down. And gently roll onto your side.
When you're ready, come to an easy seat. Keep your eyes nice and heavy. Place both hands onto your heart. Take a nice deep breath in. Again, nice long exhale. One more deep breath in. And gently let it go. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you guys. So if you are doing this video later on or playing it back, feel free to pause it at any time if you want to stay in like one position a little longer. But all right.